Okay, so just gonna do some infusions. I'll do both of these, but we'll start with the micrograms per kilo per minute to milliliters per hour. So we're going to start with the end in mind. That's the first rule of the dimensional analysis, and they're asking for milliliters an hour. We're going to put milliliters an hour here. And remember, the top stays at the top and the bottom stays at the bottom. So we'll go back to this and we'll put 50 milliliters. So we've got milliliters at the top. It's 250 micrograms. No, milligrams. We've got 6.5 micrograms per kilo per minute, and this is how we write that. 6.5 micrograms over 1 kilo over 1 minute. Okay, what else do we have? Their weight is 106 kilos. We'll put that up here. Now I think we're ready for conversions. We do all the conversions on the right, just to make things easier. Yep, got everything. So, we want hours on the bottom. That's 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now, how do we know to convert micrograms to milligrams or milligrams to micrograms? That's a good question. How do we know? Start with cancelling out stuff, so everything except for milliliters and hours can be cancelled out. So we've got minutes here, kilos here. This is how we know. So we can't write this. I'll show you. Micro. Because of rule 4, except for the answer, the top and the bottom must cancel out. So as we see, this doesn't cancel out, and this doesn't cancel out. So that's why we can't convert like this. We've got to have micrograms on the bottom. So there's 1000 micro G's, 1 milligram. Now this cancels out, this cancels out. Okay. Now we apply rule 2, which is to multiply the top together, all of these are going this way, and we divide the bottom going this way. So we've got 50 times 6.5 times 106 times 60 divide 250 divided by 1000. 8.268. Now we do our rounding. Says it wants us to round to 1 decimal place. So to do our rounding, we just go to the next one. Equals 8.3. Remember, with rounding, we don't start here and go in this way. That's wrong. 8.3. We just go to the next one along. So I'll put this up to 8.3. Hey. Now for the next one, we'll do milliliters per hour to micrograms per kilo per minute. Get rid of all this. And just so you know, it is a bit faster when you don't have to explain everything. So that's just, you know, you'll get faster at it than I'm doing here. So we start with the end in mind, what they're asking for, which in this case is micrograms per hour. So not micrograms per kilo per hour, just micrograms per hour. So we'll start with this 210 milliliters, 1 hour. We've got milliliters up here, so we'll just put the milliliters down here. This because of rule 4. And that's it, we've got everything. There is kilos here, but notice how they're only asking for micrograms per hour. So the kilos is sort of a red herring, you don't really need it. So now we'll apply our, oh no, we've got to do our conversions. We want micrograms up the top. Because micrograms is up here, we want it up here. Now this cancels out, this cancels out. This doesn't have to cancel out, neither does this, because it's over here, because rule 4, except for the answer, top and the bottom must cancel out. We've got milliliters, we've got micrograms up the top, we've got hours at the bottom. Okay, now let's do our calculations. We go 210 times 0.1 times 1000 divide 500. 42 micrograms per hour. Here we go. This one's asking for micrograms per minute. Okay, do that real quick. So rule 1, start with the end in mind, micrograms per minute. Per minute. Bit wonky, but you get it. So I don't really know which way this is going to go, so we'll just try something and then we can change it around. Put mils up the top. For milligrams. We've got 9 mils. 1 hour. I already know this is wrong. You can see how we got 2 mils up the top and it can't work. But that's okay. Got that, got that. So I'm just going to do this conversion first. Let's see. We got 60 mins 1 hour. Now this hour and this hour cancels out, which is good. Which tells me this is right and this one here is wrong. And if you're wondering which rule that was rule 4, except for the answer. The top and the bottom must cancel out. So now we see this cancels out, this cancels out. Minutes is at the bottom. Now we just need micrograms. Thousand micro G's. 1 milligram. So that cancels out. This doesn't have to cancel out. This doesn't have to cancel out because again, rule 4. So now we'll do our calculations. We got 4 times 9 times 1000 divide 50 divide 60. 12 micrograms per minute. Okay, gonna end that there just for now. Pick up again in a bit.